thank you for joining us here on LL Insider at lanksports.com, Lancaster newspaper's new website, your exclusive source for information on Lancaster Lebanon League sports. I am online sports editor Keith Schweigert, along beside me, sports writer and king of all media, Jeffrey Reinhart. And Jeff, you can smell it in the air, can't you?
Yes, I can smell it.
It is football season here in Lancaster. This is like Christmas morning to guys like us.
Yes, it is.
Very exciting time for us, and we have some really good games in the docket here for week one of the Lancaster Lebanon League. Of course, we're in non-league games, so we don't have to worry about what teams do in their section standings. It's all about getting ready and getting the season off to a good start. One of the unintended consequences, I think, or one of the unintended benefits of expanding the district playoff field is all of a sudden these first couple weeks of the season, you're not seeing teams go up against patsies anymore. They're actually scheduling some good opponents here. So let's look at some of the games that we have going on this week. First one between two teams that are really picked to be district and possibly state title contenders, depending on how much of the hype you believe. Lancaster Catholic and Trinity, they tee it up tonight at 7 p.m. at Catholic's Rossmere Stadium. Jeff, your thoughts on the game?
Fabulous game right out of the box. Trinity, 12-0 last year, got all the way to the district final, lost to the Cinderella team, DeLone Catholic. DeLone Catholic knocked off Lancaster Catholic the week before in the district semis, so both of these teams are coming off season-ending losses to DeLone Catholic. Lancaster Catholic, of course, returns Kyle Smith, the junior quarterback. Second team All-State. He'll have a lot of weapons around him. He'll have a really good line in front of him, anchored by Nick Schmalhofer, who could be a Division I recruit. He's a senior. Catholic's got big expectations, and this is a huge game out of the box. Trinity won this game last year by a point. Catholic had a shot at a field goal late and missed. So this is a whopper game. I like Catholic here. They're at home. They have a lot of expectations. They want to get off to a good start. They have their eyes on big prizes this year. I really like Catholic here.
Yeah, I got to agree with you on that pick. I've had the opportunity to talk to Coach Bruce Harbach during training camp this year. His kids have had this one circled on the calendar since last year's Trinity loss, which still stings a lot of them. So, yeah, I think it's going to be a good game. The fact that it's at home for Catholic, I think, kind of tips it in their favor. But we'll see how it works out. Second game on the docket, LampeterStrasburg and Cocalico mix it up. These are a perennial Section 2 contender in Cocalico, and last year's Section 3 co-champion, LampeterStrasburg, of course, they had their magical playoff run after tying Catholic to win the section. A good game for both of them to start it off. Your thoughts on this one?
Fabulous game. And unfortunately, an injury bug has already snuck up and hit LS. Their quarterback got hurt before the second scrimmage, and he's going to miss some time. Blake Brubaker's going to be out for a little while. So LS lost a ton of kids off that great team last year. I think they lost 18 total starters from the district championship team, went on to states. A lot of new personnel for LS, but I think they will reload just fine. Cocalico, got to keep an eye on Kyle Fisher, the LL Sprint champ. He won the 100, the 200, and the 400 last spring. He can motor. He had a bit of a neck injury in camp, but he's fine. I was told he will be 100%. Awesome game out of the box. Great for momentum. Great game for the county. Defending district champ against a team that should challenge in Section 2 for sure. Without that quarterback, that could be a little tough for LS. I might give the edge to Cocalico here at home, but not by much. Should be close. That's a great game. I'll be there Friday.
Yeah, I think originally I picked LS for our picks tonight. Before I learned of the quarterback injury, I think that one might tip it in Cocalico's favor, but we'll see. First week of the season, you never know how it's going to work out.
Either way, that's a fabulous game.
Okay, number 3 on our games to watch this week, McCaskey and Elizabethtown. This is interesting. Their first meeting since 1991, only their second meeting ever. This is another one of those games that gets put on the schedule because of the expanded district field.
Sure.
Tell me a little bit about E-Town, what your expectations are for them, and also for McCaskey.
E-Town lost 21 seniors,
Ooh.
So they're going to have a bit of a new look. But I just love the makeup and the mojo, I've been saying that a lot lately, of that program and what they did last year. I mean, E-Town captured everybody's heart again in Elizabethtown. Their games were packed. The town fell in love with that team. 9-0 start, tripped up against Cocalico in Week 10, but then won a district game. I know they lose 21 kids, but they have a good little nucleus back. Kyle McNeil will play quarterback. He shared the time with Preston Faith last year, but he'll get all the snaps this year. I think E-Town will be fine. I think some people are overlooking them because they see the 21 kids gone, but I think E-Town will definitely have a carryover effect from last year. McCaskey, same thing. They're going to have athletes. Adrian Westbrook should probably get most of the snaps at center, but Nate Schaefer could get some snaps. He had an injury in camp. They're going to have speed. They're going to have athletes. McCaskey's got to stop the ball. That's their problem every year. Two things. They got to stop the ball, and they got to cut down on penalties. And that seems to be their Achilles heel every year at McCaskey. Love this game. That's just a cool game that E-Town's going to come in to the big city and take on McCaskey for first night. And I'll tell you what, I like the Bears. I think they're going to have a carryover effect. I think they pick up where they left off last year. I love E-Town.
Ditto on that pick for me as well. And finally, our final of our games to watch this week. Mannheim Central, the perennial powerhouse around here, had a bit of an off year for them last year. They only went 6-5, only made the district playoffs. That certainly isn't good enough by their lofty standards.
Sure.
They're opening up with Susquehannock.
Yeah.
What are your thoughts on this one? What do you know about Susquehannock?
Susquehannock was 6-4 last year and missed out on districts. And I heard they struggled in a scrimmage against Penn Manor. I did hear that. Central's out for bear. They haven't won anything in 2 years. They're antsy. They're ready to take their frustrations out on somebody. They haven't won a section title or a district title since 2005. So the last 2 years have not been a whole lot of fun over there. Like you said, their standard is way up. The bar is set so high at Central, it's almost unfair to the kids. But Central's got a great makeup. Jeremy Nosp is back at quarterback. They got to keep him healthy, knock on wood. Dakota Royer is an outstanding defensive end as a junior. Their junior class is loaded. So anything Central does this year is gravy because the next year or two, they should be really good. I think Central's back this year. I picked them to win the Section 2 title. I like the way they're looking early. I saw one of their scrimmages. Their defense was very gnarly. I like Central to come out of the gates here and get a win. They're going to need it because up next is at Wilson and then Lancaster Catholic.
So they need to hit the ground running.
They got to hit the ground running, not look too far ahead, and take care of business here.
Okay, and now let's look at the rest of our schedule. We'll just do this kind of in quick hitter fashion.
Sure.
I'll rattle off the game. You give me your pick. I'll give you mine, and we'll go on down the list here.
Sure.
Let's start off in Lebanon County with the Cedar Bowl, Cedar Crest and Lebanon.
Cedar Bowl, gotta love that. Air Raid. I'll take Lebanon with the Air Raid. James Capello.
I like Lebanon too. I like their offense. Question is, can they stop anybody? But I think they got enough to beat Cedar Crest. Second one on the docket here, Eastern York at Columbia.
That's been really ugly the last couple of years. Tide won this game 76-7 3 years ago and 50-6 last year. I'll take the Tide.
Yeah, I think I got to go with you on that one. Ephrata at Mannheim Township.
First game for Jim Veland as head coach is Ephrata. Welcome aboard, coach. But I like Township with the Razorback here.
I'm going Township as well. Garden Spot Warwick.
A lot of new starters for both teams. Eric Resch for Warwick will carry the day. Take the Warriors.
I will go Warwick as well. Hamburg at Elko.
Hamburg was a district playoff team last year. Elko's got the dual threat Aaron Aki. Flip a coin. I'll take Hamburg. They were in districts last year. Have a lot of kids back.
I'll flip it to the other side. I'm going to take Elko on that one.
Okay.
Another Lebanon County game, Palmyra at Anvil-Cleona.
Matt Nagy, former Mannheim Central star, is Palmyra's offensive coordinator. Hello, Matt. Anvil playing their first game at home in 2 years under the lights for the first time ever. I'm taking Anvil.
Yeah, I got first game at home in 2 years. You got to think they'll be fired
Absolutely.
up. Anvil as well.
Absolutely.
Pequay Valley at Upper Dauphin.
Upper Dauphin was 1-10 last year. Pequay was 0-10, and Upper Dauphin's lone win was over Pequay Valley.
Yes.
Wow. I heard Pequay Valley had a great offseason, and they have Sean Persh. I'll take the Braves.
I got to go with Pequay Valley. Well, they're due. Let's see them get it. Hempfield and Conestoga Valley.
Hempfield, new offensive coordinator Mike Burke, former Columbia coach, installed a spread attack. Jarvis Cummings will be everywhere. Take Hempfield.
Hempfield as well. I think Conestoga Valley may be in for some rebuilding this year. Going back out of the county, Pine Grove at Northern Lebanon.
Northern Lebanon, 6-0 start last year. Made districts, beat Catholic in Week 10. First of 3 straight home games. Take the Vikings. Yes,
as you said, returning district team. I got to go Vikings as well. 2 LL foes here again. Solanco at Penn Manor.
Solanco opening defense of the Coast Section 2 title. Penn Manor didn't win a section game last year, so they're hungry, but I think Solanco, like E-Town, has a good carryover effect. Take the Golden Mules.
Ditto. Berks County game this time. Wilson at Governor Mifflin.
Injuries here. Steve Huber, the Wilson quarterback, hurt his knee. He's going to be out until at least halfway through the season. Governor Mifflin lost their quarterback to a broken wrist in camp. Wilson's defense is loaded. Led the league last year, 7 kids back, Bulldogs.
Yeah, I think all Wilson's offense need to do is get a field goal, and they're going
you could be right.
with that defense.
You could be right.
Another out-of-county one, York at Reading.
2 big city schools. Reading, new coach, Preston McKnight. Welcome aboard, Preston. York High's loaded. They have their 3 top skill kids back from last year, including a UConn recruit at wideout. I'll take York.
York as well. And finally, the only 7:30 game on the docket. Please, fans, take a note of that. All the other games start at 7 p.m. We have Daniel Boone at Donegal.
Don't tell anybody I live in the Daniel Boone School District. I have no rooting interest in this game. I love Donegal. I think they're my sleeper Section 3 team this year, but Boone's loaded. I'll take the Blazers.
Okay, I'm going to have to go Boone as well on that one. Okay, well, thank you very much for joining us here. Again, for all of your information needs on the Lancaster Lebanon League, please visit our website at www.lanksports.com.